And a bada bing, bada boom, once again, it's Baltimore Dude right here on the mobile device. Let's do the damn thing.
What would be a high scoring shot? Here's the thing. I was talking with some other content creators last night, and Miss 5000 Watts made a really good point. She said, like, this could really be the easiest challenge of elders. Like, right now, it's easy to score. Like, it's precision headshots, right? But what if they changed it so that you scored the most by making orbs, or scored the most by getting super kills, or things that are more difficult to plan for? That would sort of change the scoring game for Challenge of Elders. And I want to agree with her, because, if you played Challenge of Elders and you could only get 25 points no matter what you did, but you got 500 points for getting super kills, it would really change the way that you played and the way that you geared out for the challenge. So, yeah, headshots and small arms kind of indicate easing you into it. Yeah, I would say so, man. Like, what if it was headshots and special, or headshots and, there's a lot of potential variation. So,
And that was a short clip from the best streamer on Twitch. Far better than all the rest. If you are a casual or a solo player, this is your absolute dream content. But the hardcore player is not excluded here. But let me just tell you this. No one goes any more hardcore than the Destin Knights, the crew I'm a part of and co-founder of, to the tune of more than 1,000 VOG, 600 Crotas, approaching 400 Kings Falls, and I've given you these numbers before. We've attained everything, we've done everything. But let me just tell you, this update is a really, really nice breather, man. The fact that they have opened up multiple paths to peak light and multiple bodies of loot, and you can get the house weapons, my personal favorite, or the queen's weapons. You've got some new exotics in there. The queen breakers, for instance, they tweaked that. That thing went from like 25% impact to like 90% impact. And the weapons are genuinely far, far, far better than they were in the House of Wolves. And you can see that they're reskins, they've been retooled visually, but more importantly, they've been retooled mechanically. They're far more functional, the perks are far more reasonable, the year one legendaries coming back. There's just so many avenues to peak light. Bungie has really done an amazing job making this update all-inclusive. And like I spoke of in another video, I think this is one more clue as to how their decade-long plan will play out with updates like this. So it's nice to know that between the ball-busting grinds, which I love, my crew loves, and a lot of hardcore players love, between all of that, we're still going to be able to get these little breathers. We're still going to see old raids come back with some new mechanics and a bunch of new content sprinkled into it between DLCs and full game releases. I absolutely love it. Now, for us, for our crew, we are partaking in every part of it. We're doing the prison, we're rolling our factions, and just a quick tip for you, if you guys are just kind of at a sticking point and you want to know what to do, roll everything. Just keep doing your 41s, do the challenges as you have a team, keep rolling the house, keep rolling your factions, keep rolling the crucible, because smart loot is 95% smart now. It works the majority of the time. And right now I'm sitting with, after a handful of days, I'm sitting with 2 332s and 1 331. I've got a multitude of gear. And it's really nice to go into this content and everybody just be able to breathe a little bit and laugh a little more and have a little more lighthearted approach to this, but also go back to King's Fall. And if you don't know how King's Fall operates now, you are not guaranteed 335 loot in the challenges, but you are guaranteed an upgrade to whatever you have armed at the time of the drop. So if you have a 320 chess piece, you're guaranteed that chess piece is going to be 321 or higher. It could be 335. And it's just a really, really fantastic update. I've personally never seen an update, just a pure update, not a DLC, just an update put into a game that is this large with this many tweaks. And I know now that they've got some gated content in there. There's some other quests, there's some other weapons, there's some other armor that they've got gated. They've got 16 weeks of prisons planned for us, and alluding to what Ben had said at the front end of this video, excuse me, please don't for one moment think, oh, I went in and I wrecked the challenge and I just kicked ass and it ain't hard at all. This is week 1. And like Ben said, they gave us the most friendly of modifiers in week 1. You can rest assured, in true Bungie trend, the heat's going to get turned up week by week. They've never dropped a heroic raid before a normal raid. They always kind of ease us into the content, and they build week by week by week by week with the content. And I think this update is going to be no different. I concur with Ben and everyone else that it's absolutely going to get amped up week by week, and that's going to, without a doubt, inspire, provoke, and demand that we re-strategize and tweak our approach each week and the weapons we use each week when we go into the prison to do our challenges. And we're going to be doing the raids every week. In fact, we were just doing the challenges, but we're going back to doing full raids, 3 a week. And we're doing that because of the loot. And I love the fact that, and I have friends that had taken a break from Destiny, and because there's so many avenues open for them to progress and get some really cool loot drops, they've come back. And they've gone from, man, I missed most of Taken King and my light so low, and I'm all in bluebacks, and they've gone from that to total relevancy and being in the mix for the current update and prepping themselves for the monster DLC that's coming at the end of the year. So top to bottom, I think Bungie did a absolute spectacular job with this update. And I love the fact that casuals and solo players can progress in this update, while the hardcore players also get their taste, but can take a little bit of a breath from the usual grind and really excel their character a little more lighthearted manner and still be ready for the ball busting that's coming in the big DLC when we get back to Bungie as usual and Destiny as usual. So they've done a fantastic job. I mean, I can't complain about nothing. Everything is relevant now. I love the encounters. I love that in the prison you have to win on multiple fronts. You have to strategize more. You can't post up in a spot no more. You know, we all had that spot in the prison that wherever you picked, you had that spot in the prison you would go to and just ping, ping, ping away at the boss and do your thing. You have to move around in this prison. And there's a lot more action going on, and there's a lot more communication and coordination and piggybacking supers and working together to hit those high scores. And we were able to hit all of them this week because, like I said, they gave us the most friendly of modifiers, small arms and crit shots. I mean, it don't get no better than that. Grab a scout rifle or a hand cannon and go to work and do a lot of supers. Now, I'll share with you guys the strat we're using is we go in, we beat the boss down until they're right at the point of death. And we like to have a hunter tethers, the ads, a titan or a warlock will come through and super down the ads, and you're making a bunch of points doing that way, and you're piggybacking supers one off the other. And if you finish, another quick tip, if you finish the boss off with a super, just pop hammers or shoot a tether into him or hit him with Stormcaller, however you decide to do it, finish the boss with a super, you also get bonus points. So I'm absolutely loving that. The Sterling treasure boxes, for the people that thought it was a whole pay to win thing, you're entitled to your opinion, and I respect that. And I'm going to do an entire video about that, but it is not that at all. And I will come with a bunch of facts and a bunch of examples that I did for science and other members of my crew. Some didn't buy it, some did buy it, and I have a lot of perspective I can give you on the Sterling treasure boxes and how they play out, and I'm looking forward to doing that video and bringing that to you. But this is just my thoughts on the update. I love it. I love the Spectar gear, the Desolate gear. I love the fact that we have more visual options and we don't have to look like the Hive for a little while. And don't get me wrong, I love the look of the Hive, the whole dark, gothic, gruesome look of it. I love that. But I don't want to be in it for eternity. And the decision we made with our characters was to run the Titan in a set of Spectar gear, the Warlock in the PSN exclusive gear, which is, oh my god, so cool. And all we need for him is the boots, and that set will be finished. The Titan is finished, and the Hunter is Desolate gear. He is purely taken. And every now and then we put the Hood of Malak on, which we picked up, along with a whole bunch of other things. I'm going to do a video, show you all the things we've picked up and what we've been able to attain thus far in the update. But top to bottom, it's a great update, man. I mean, it's loaded with content. We are having an absolute phenomenal, over-the-top, inexplicable blast with our friends, and I couldn't think of any more words to string together, so just take that. We are having a blast with our friends and our crew doing this content, and like I said, we're doing every part of it. We're doing all the prisons, we're grinding strikes, we're still doing the raid, but you don't have to do that. If you're the casual or the solo player, this is your time in Destiny where you can bring yourself to the peak of relevancy and prep yourself. My God, it's early in the morning and I'm having trouble speaking English, but when do I really not have trouble speaking English or fumbling words? So it's whatever. But this is definitely the casual and solo players' moment that they can find avenues to excel their Guardian. And it's great that they get that feeling of achievement and the excitement of picking up those weapons and armor. Excuse me. Frog in my throat too. My God. And it's just great. And when you want to hit the higher end content, of course, the challenges are still in the raid. And you can go do all that. And it's phenomenal. I mean, 10 out of 10. And you guys know I've been largely hard on Bungie lately, especially during the dry spell and the lack of communication, even though we later came to find out it was Activision that pretty much put a muzzle on them. Still, I've been pretty hard on them lately, and I have to give them just infinite props for what they've done with this update, because it's absolutely fantastic. We're having a great time Today we grinded prisons all day long. We had all kind of drops. Talking about Drake's Promise, Lord of Wolves, Queenbreaker's Bow, and guys have picked up the Zem Meteor, and I saw a guy in the tower today with the new Titan boots on. I think they're called the Doom Marchers or something like that. So, and all the house weapons and queen's weapons, I am having an absolute blast. I was just shooting my High Lord Fixer. I think that's what it's called, right? Let me cheat and look at them for a second. Right? Work with me here, people. That was the year one. Yeah, Lord High Fixer. That was the year one hand cannon, I believe, from the Crucible. And I got a pretty decent roll on it. And I've got that. And I've got, what's with me in names this morning? The Devil You Know. And I've picked up the Badger. And we've got a lot of the new weapons. And, like I said, armor. And there's so many things to win. There's so many options, both in how you outfit your Guardian, how you arm your Guardian, and how you excel your Guardian in light. It's an absolute win, in my opinion, and we've got so much to look forward to. We've got time-gated content. We've got, I believe they said, 16 weeks of different prisons we're going to encounter each week, different sets of bosses, different sets of modifiers, so it's going to be a fun ride, and if my calculations are right, this update will leave us roughly a month short of the giant monster Taken King size DLC they're doing at the end of the year, which will be perfect because that will leave them a month to hype the new DLC, which will chain us right into Destiny 2. I love what they're doing with it, what they've done with this update. I love what they're doing with the game now that I'm the fog's clearing and I'm getting a visual of where they're headed with it. And I'm incredibly excited about what's to come in Destiny and what's currently going on in Destiny. I'm thrilled to have some of our buddies back that took a break from it, and to see them and help them come back up to relevancy in the game, and see them enjoying the game so much and having so many laughs and so many good times with them while everybody's picking up loot and everyone's moving ahead with their Guardian. So, a million thumbs up, Bungie. You guys knocked this one out the park. And if you don't think you did, go read the Division forums, because that fucking park is burning down, bro. I mean, not to pat myself on the back, but if you go back, starting with the first Division beta video, I said all of this was going to happen in Division, because the holes that were in the game we've seen in other games before, and it's all coming to pass. What I was wrong about is they've got a lot more problems than even I predicted. So, kudos Bungie, you guys got it right. They've got a disaster area to deal with over there, and we are enjoying the update. We'll continue to enjoy all 15 more weeks of it now, and look forward to the DLC in Destiny 2. And we've got a lot of videos, I mean a lot of videos in the pipeline, covering a wide variety of topics and Destiny related things. So keep your eyes on the channel, keep up with the Twitter and all those good things. And once again, I haven't dropped it in a while, so I'll do it now. You can always go to www.baltimoredude.com, and from that front page hub, you can click on the YouTube and all our various applicable social networks from that website. So if you want one URL to go to click into all the sites, you can definitely do so from baltimoredude.com. So that's what I think of the update. I think it's a casual and solo player's dream, while it also still has a big place for the hardcore grinder to have a little more lighthearted experience and still get their grind on. Great job, Bungie, and good luck to all you Guardians. I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I wish you the best of luck in your progression of your Guardian. And definitely let me know what you guys have picked up, and if you want any tips or help with anything, I'm as close as an email. I'm as close as a YouTube message. Just drop me a line and I'd be happy to help. So until next time, I am Baltimore Dude. Thanks for watching, guys.